Hi, welcome back to episode 2 of our 4 Hour World. Now, in between episodes, I did end up getting a bit sick, and currently I'm on like day 4 or 5 of being sick, but I think it's slowly going away. I'm feeling a lot better. Uh, that also explains why I might sound a bit stuffy. My nose is the only thing that's really bothering me at the moment. It's been running like crazy. Anyways, that aside here, I have been busy as you guys saw. We did find a skelly spawner here while caving, and it's not that far from our starter house. It's like right over the hill. Um, oh, aside from that, we also found, or not found, I was able to craft up a couple of diamond tools here and fully enchant them with the villagers that we ended up having at the end of last episode. Yeah, anyways, having a good source of bones is going to be crucial for us. This is going to like speed up the process of our world because obviously y'all know bones, we get bone meal with it, and with that we can like speed up the growth of trees and all that. So it'll make collecting uh logs, and not only logs but crops and everything, so much quicker for us. Which we are going to be using a lot of in this episode. So originally, I was planning on building back at the village, continuing where we left off last episode. But I see how Christmas is coming up, and hopefully, this will come out the day before, if not the day of Christmas, probably Christmas Eve. Yeah, I'm gonna try to create a Christmas build. Now, I need to go out and find somewhere where there's like a lot of snow, preferably not up on the mountains, somewhere like snowy. What do you call it? Tundras, I think that's what it's called. Also, real quick before I forget, I want to thank you guys so much for the support on the first episode. I know it's been like a year since my last episode, and I wasn't really expecting for so many of you guys to show up. We had a bunch of old faces and a bunch of new people to show up. Yeah, welcome everyone. Anyways, for today's episode, I do have a Christmas build planned, and we're gonna be needing a lot of resources, mostly wood, which we don't have that much of. Well, I mean, this is a decent amount, but we're gonna need a lot more than this. Um, yeah, we're gonna need to get to chopping here. Not only wood, but we also need a bunch of other stuff. And since I think I only have like 4 to 5 days left to record this video and get it out before Christmas, let's go ahead and get started with a little gathering montage, shall we? Oh wait, real quick before you guys go. Uh, if you're wondering where I got the diamonds for the tools, where is it? I think it's this chest here. Yeah. I ended up finding like 3 treasure maps out in my adventures, and yeah, we found diamonds. We also found a lot of TNT. Yeah, and 3 hearts of sea here. Oh, and yeah, this Nautilus. This is new. I forgot to mention, yeah, we updated to the new update. The what is it? The spear update. I'm calling it the spear update. I don't know the actual name for it. But we'll eventually play around with those. But right now I want to get to building. One more thing real quick. Let me show you guys the villagers. So I managed to get these guys zombified and then cured. If you're wondering how we got them cured without having potions of weakness. Sometimes Fletchers give you the trade of weakness arrows, and you'll be able to like obviously turn them into zombies and then shoot them with that. And that gives the same effect as weakness. And you could cure them with a golden apple. So we got all these guys down to 1 emerald basically for our books. So they're basically free at this point. Um yeah, we got most of the basic enchants on breaking, mending, silk touch, and I think this guy does efficiency 5, yeah, for 3. So yeah, all in all, not terrible trades. But let's go ahead and get started with our gathering montage now. All right. It's been a day of non-stop resource gathering, and I'm pretty sure we have most of our blocks gathered at this point. Before we head over to where we are going to be building, check out this area here. We got a couple mountains back there that give us this really cool view. Yeah, I decided to put a sheep thing out here because in the biome of our starter village, a lot of wolves tend to spawn in, and obviously wolves tend to kill sheep. And even if we fence them in like this over there, we have a problem where they sometimes spawn inside the fenced in area and they'll go crazy on the sheep. So I decided to move it out here. Maybe in the future we'll come back out here and make an actual build here, make it look all pretty and everything. Anyways, let's go ahead and take all this wool that I managed to gather here and let's head over to our build site, shall we? All right, here we are, guys, at the location where we're going to be building today. And as you guys can see, I've already set up some chests here for our materials that we're going to be using, which is quite a lot. Look at all this. I don't think we're going to use all of our wool, but I'd rather have more than not have enough and having to go back. Because early game traveling this far out is kind of a pain in the butt. But who knows, maybe we'll work on like some horses or donkeys here in between episodes to make traveling around much quicker. Because at this moment, I think it takes me about like 5 to like 6 minutes just to get from our starter base to here, and even further if I'm trying to get back to the sheep farm. Yeah, anyways, the only thing really left for us to get here is a couple of snow blocks, which I've already set up this guy here, so it shouldn't be too hard to get him. All we need to do is craft a shovel here real quick. Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard to gather up all the snow blocks that we need. We simply just need to farm them here. So yeah, our build is mostly going to be centered over here. I'm going to have to like take this down a layer or two. I think I want it to be on this level here. Well, I guess there really isn't much left to say, right? I think we just got to get to building. All right, guys, here we are. And as you guys can tell, it has been snowing like crazy here. That means we've been building like crazy too. Now the exterior, it is pretty white. There isn't much to look at, but what this place really shines in is the interior. And check it out. So it's not as Christmassy as I wanted it, but we do got a Christmas tree up at least. We got candles here as ornaments. So I was looking at Pinterest a lot for inspiration for this place, and I ended up seeing a lot of like tavern interiors, and I decided to kind of create that here. We got a lot of chairs, a lot of food here, um, as well as like our mugs to drink and all that. We also got a bar here, as well as on that side over there. We also have a chimney here to keep us warm. Yeah, all in all, I do like the way this build came out. It did involve a lot of wood. I will not lie. I was chopping wood. Even I thought I had enough, but yeah, we did not have enough. So I was chopping for quite a while. So yeah, I think in the future we'll be coming back out here next Christmas probably and working on another build here. Kind of want to have this as like a Christmas district. We have a bunch of snow everywhere, and I can't really think of a better place than like snow for Christmas, obviously. Yeah, real quick before we end today's episode, obviously this place, there's a lot of decoration that I did not get to, and that's simply because I'm running out of time if I want this episode to come out before Christmas. I would really love to put like banners up here in like Christmas theme, like green and red, obviously. But time constraints doesn't allow me for that. Also, with these bars here, I really wanted to decorate this more. But I wanted to put brewing stands up here, and obviously we haven't been to the Nether, so we don't have access to any of that. But I think I did all right with what I had at hand here, and this actually is a pretty massive build, especially for episode 2 of this Forever World. Also, if there's one more thing that I learned while building this project is that it does not help to have your things separated so far, especially early on. It would take me quite a bit to get from here back to the starting base, which if you're curious, is like over in that direction. It takes me about like 5, 6 minutes to get there. And it's a lot of like jumping up vertical terrain and stuff. So I'm thinking I'll probably work on this in between episodes and stuff, but I'm thinking of getting like a horse or maybe even a donkey or something just to make it easier for me. Uh, Early game, as I'm not really trying to rush to get to the elytra and end game and all that. So I think, yeah, I'll probably work a bit off camera to get ourselves a horse or a donkey. We'll see. Anyways, with that being said, guys, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's. And I'll probably catch you guys at the beginning of next year. See ya.